Let me see here. All right, good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. I did stuff a little bit differently this morning. I did it like a premiere, so that's the first time I've ever done it. So now you should be able to hear me. Now everything should be good. So let me make sure in the chat. All right. So I think everything's working now. I know there's a lag, but I'm going to go ahead. I don't want the first 5 minutes of this stream to be me acting like an idiot. All right, cool. Thanks, Ace. All right, so here we go. On Bitcoin, we put in a low down here and then created this monster bullish candle coming off of the lows. Thank you, guys. All right, awesome, sweet. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. All right. So yeah, like I said, we took out 5 days worth of price action, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4 days worth of price action on this bullish rip. All right. Now this is off the back of a nice downward move on Bitcoin. This decline on Bitcoin was pretty sharp and pretty fast. All right. You literally had 3 days of pullback or 2 days of pullback before you the downtrend started again. So basically, we were looking for a little bit of resistance to come in right here off of this bullish candle, right? So we also got a weekly level right there as well. So if I pull up, you can see this is just the opening price of this previous red week candle. It is a little bit higher than this weekly dip as far as candle bodies goes. But generally on a daily chart, whenever you have a lot of red candles in a row, that one green candle that sticks out like a sore thumb will more than likely be your resistance. And when we were down here, basically I was telling people that I wouldn't look for anything until you get up into this region, as this region is going to be a pretty good area to identify whether or not the trend is going to continue to the upside, the main trend, or the closer near-term downtrend. That would be an area where sellers will look to re-engage the market by trying to push it lower. All right, so you can clearly see that this level is holding price like absolutely perfectly. So you traded up into it and rejected, and today we're basically trading sideways. Both of these candle bodies, today's, you can't really count it today because obviously it's really early in the morning. There's still 14 hours worth of price action left on this candle body. However, this candle, and as of right now, you are trading as an inside day candle. All right, so basically, you're going to wait for a breakout. If you're looking for bullish entries on this asset, I would suggest you at least wait for that daily closure above 56,273, which is your weekly level. Or if you want to play it safer, wait until you get your daily closure above 56,499. And then on a retest of this lower level, like you get a daily closure above the top level, on a retest of the lower level, you can look for bullish entries, as that would be an indicative of possible bullish movement coming off from that level. This level is going to be vitally important to get over. If I throw on the fibs, you can also see that, yeah, that's right around the 50% marker of this descent. So there's a lot of confluence coming in that area. So that those two areas are going to be vital for Bitcoin moving forward. So you definitely want to see that. Now, Bitcoin is extremely strong, and today is also the monthly close, or getting ready to be the monthly close. Today's the 29th. So we got a couple days left before the monthly close. However, we're getting close. And if you look at this monthly close, it almost looks identical to the last monthly close back in the last bullish market phase that we had in the last market cycle. This monthly candle right here, right? So in this market cycle, back in the end of 2017 and into 2018, we had this bullish push in this market cycle. We had this monthly close, right? I went over this in a video a little while ago, a week ago, where I was discussing how Bitcoin's been going straight up for 4 months. Well, you got the same thing on this push forward right here. Then you had a monthly close look at this thing. It traded almost down to the opening price of its previous monthly close and then closed like a hammer candle. So basically you got almost the same scenario going on here. The only difference is this candle actually took out the high of its previously monthly close. But these things don't always work out like that. Obviously, the past is not indicative of future performance, but it's a roadmap, so to speak. We know that Bitcoin's in a new market cycle. We knew that new market cycle took off as soon as we took out the last market cycle's high. We found a market cycle bottom. So everything is working out the way Bitcoin's market cycles play out ahead of the halvening. After the halvening, then we took off in a bullish movement. So basically, we're going to find a top. And during this bullish market cycle, it took about 300 days. So we're in about 150 days into this bullish market phase, or this cycle, right, of this new market cycle. So there's probably like 100 or so days left on this bullish push if you're going to repeat what happened during last market cycle. So I'm looking for a little bit more bullishness after this. This is going to be when the candles get viciously, when they rapidly expand to the upside. And then once it gets up here somewhere, it's going to roll over, and that would be the end of the bullish market phase in this market cycle, at which point I would remove most of my Bitcoin while leaving some on and trying to accumulate anywhere between 50 and 20K. As in all other Bitcoin market phases, market cycles, they absolutely found a bottom above the old all-time high or right around the old all-time high. So once this market top has been put in and Bitcoin finds a bottom, it should be around anywhere from 50 to 20K or even 17K. So anywhere in this area, in my opinion, is going to be an awesome spot to reload up on some more Bitcoin, waiting for the next market cycle going to the upside for a next 4-year run. All right, so basically that's it on Bitcoin. This week we were looking for, I was looking for a trade on the pound dollar. Now, it took a long time for this thing to start out, as Monday and Tuesday it did not really do anything. My target on this initial trade is 1.40174, this high up here. The reason is because on this big, huge bullish push, we almost touched that, but we did not take it out. Now, we did take out this high and this high with this push up, but we did not take out that high. So I thought to myself like that this may just be a pullback, and we may be aiming for this high up here as we rolled over right before we took it out. And generally, when the market when it wants to push and take out liquidity, it's going to push and do that. It might not happen now, but eventually it will come back and take all that liquidity out. And that's what I'm trying to catch. So yesterday, ahead of the FOMC news, I got long. This is the actual position of which that I did get long at around 1.38742. This was my stop loss. And I am targeting this wick or this line up here basically to see if we can get up there. Now, if we cannot get up there, obviously, the market is having a tough time getting up there. You can see the wicks above the bullish candles, and these bullish candles are very small in range. Look at this one bullish candle. You see how big this range is compared to these bullish candles? So I'm not liking what I'm seeing, basically. I want to see bigger bullish candles. I want to see a big, strong push up into this line, and then it can roll over. But obviously, I can't force my will upon the market. That's just what I was looking for. So far, the trade is working out great. Now, last Tuesday, we were talking about the pound yen. So basically, I took off everything off of this trade once we hit the target. You can see that there's just a tiny itty bitty piece left on this thing. I'm just going to let it do what it wants to do at this point. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let me make sure that I don't have any, because these are main accounts. I don't want to make sure I don't have anything on there. So basically we took out, I wasn't looking for that line to get taken out. I was looking for this target right here, right? So when we came up in here and took this target out, That's when I took off basically everything, right? Everything's gone. This line just comes from this candle's high to this candle's high right here into this push. We did not expect, I was not expecting this thing to take out the trend line that fast, but it did. My target was beneath it. So 150 spot 974, this is when the trade was taken off, right? Not above this trend line. The reason is because this trend line could have acted as resistance. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm targeting these areas, I'm taking off the trade before it gets into the area. And then you just leave a small piece on to see what happens, if it wants to continue or not. If it comes back and stops you out, you're golden, right? You've already taken your money off the trade. So this is basically a retest of, I guess, that trend line. There is no main areas in here that I could see on smaller time frames for the retest. Like, it just retested essentially this wick. So I guess one could say that it was essentially just retesting that trend line on this bearish push, and then you're moving higher, and that's on pound yen. Now you have taken out this wick high and this wick high over here, so this could turn around at any moment, right? This could just be a trap getting people to buy the breakout and then roll over. So if that happens, the first area of support that I will be looking for on the pound yen to re-engage with a position would be 151 spot 244. All right. See, the pound USD trade is still rolling, but it's on my main account, which is the Forex.com account. So I just marked it out on this one as it's easier for me to just stay on one account instead of trying to switch between account to account. Now, the Forex.com's data is a little bit different than Oanda is, and I noticed that yesterday with a weekly close, but it doesn't matter. I'm still holding this trade right here with a full size position. If today we close lower than 1 spot 3927, then I will exit a bulk of that trade, waiting for this target to be taken out. I was aware that this target is away from where near-term price was trading in this area. So basically what I was looking for was a weekly candle to expand to the upside. This is a pretty decent sized weekly candle, but if this candle were to take out this target, you would also take out this high. It would look much cleaner. So I am waiting for this target to be taken out. But like I said, since we're trading above weekly resistance and you're near highs, it can absolutely roll over. Come on, TradingView. So this is your weekly resistance at 1 spot 39206 right here. So basically this trade's looking good and it's working out. Today doesn't look super bullish, but we can look for bullish entries on it, like for the day. All right, so if we go into an hourly chart, we can see what's going on. You have 2 hourly pushes to the downside, and this push here, you are still maintaining this bullish candle or bearish candle right here. Let me get this line smaller so we can see what's going on. So basically this is going to be your range you want to watch this morning. If you close an hourly candle below 1 spot 39334, which is this hourly closure right here, then I don't know if I would be willing to re-enter this trade yet or not. This is that weekly level though, this fat line. So it did break out nice and strong. If you do come back in it for a retest, then maybe you can get long there. I don't know if I would want to see that big of a pullback or not, as most of the bullish momentum has waned. All this bullish momentum came off of the FOMC yesterday. So this was trading sideways yesterday morning, and then basically I got long right around the midpoint of these candles because it just had a big bounce off of this support down here. So that's what I was watching. Once this hour took out this hourly structure, I was happy. And you can see right when the FOMC came out, this was right here at 2 o'clock. You can see this wick pushed down into this old resistance level and then shot up. Took out your weekly close on a strong basis by closing very strong and bullish, and then traded higher during the Asian Open. But since the Asian Open and since the London Open, we have basically been ping-ponging around in this area up here. So there is not much momentum. So there's not much momentum left in it. This was a pretty decent move yesterday. It wasn't a massive move. Remember, the daily candles range is not very big. This is your daily candle range. It's not even as big as your bearish candles range. So we could be getting ready for a big push higher, or this could be the top. It's up to you to decide. I do believe this line is still going to be taken out at 1.40174 before this thing starts to roll over. The problem is the dollar has been getting sold off. If you look here on the euro, you can see that this has just been a pretty much straight run up since this low was put in, making very methodical bearish candles pushing higher, bearish candle push higher, bearish candles. I mean, it's a flawless trend. It's almost absolutely beautiful, right? I mean, this is what you want to see in a perfect trend. It's like so easy to trade that. I didn't trade any of it, obviously, because I was watching the pound. But any one of these red candles could have been entries, and for trend traders looking for swing trades to the upside. Good morning, everybody. Let me look at some more of these comments real fast. All right, not many. I was long on euro yen around 13700 and sold at 131,687. Should I have left a piece on? I do, Ace. I always leave a small piece on. A very small piece. I have 2 Oanda accounts and a Forex.com account. One of the Oanda accounts is a small account that I started when I started this YouTube channel. So basically, I can't take positions on the same asset. I have to switch between the accounts. But I always, on every account, even the very tiniest account, I put a take profit level at the area of which I'm looking to take profit during the trade when I set the trade up. But it's always around 2/3 of the position size. On the smaller accounts, I don't manage those trades actively, as far as just putting in an entry, a stop loss, and then a first take profit. After the trade works out or doesn't work out, then I'll usually go in and manage it by moving the stop up to break even or whatnot. But on my main account, I manage the trade as it's going in, because it's a lot more money on the table, right? And I'm not looking to lose a lot of money. So when I take my initial position, once we get to an area in the intraday chart where there may be an area of resistance or an area of support, i.e. an area where the trade might fall or falter, I'll take a small piece off, right? A very small piece, like a quarter size of the position. And then I won't touch the stop. I'll just take a little bit off, let price dilly-dally around a bit. If it goes higher in my direction, then I'll take another smaller piece off. This way, if for whatever reason some news comes out and the market just blindly turns around, then I at least made a small amount of money. That's basically each time that you take a small piece off of the trade, you are essentially taking risk off the table. So it's not about how much money can I make on this trade. It's about I'm trying to execute trades in order to take profits out of the market. And in my experience with day trading, the FX market, I have my best trades when I start to scale out as new highs are made intraday. So I hope that helps. Or intra lows if I'm shorting. Yes, I'm always looking to exit some of the trade. Swing trades are a little bit different. Swing trades are just a little bit different, as your risk is already outlined and the position size is generally going to be smaller anyways because your stop loss is wider. Now, the last trade I want to talk about, and then I'll answer your guys' questions or just random stuff, is the Doge trade. So here's the Doge trade, or here's the Doge chart, I should say. This white line is your weekly resistance level. So if I go to a weekly chart, you can see that this is your weekly close. When your bearish candle opened, you traded much higher. Then you traded back beneath your open and turned into a bearish candle. So that is why that is resistance. So when we traded up into that today or yesterday morning, or was it Tuesday? No, I took the trade Tuesday. Yesterday we had the bounce. All right, so when we had the bounce, this is the bounce or the pop. You can see how we traded right into that weekly level. And you can clearly see that that weekly level is what's holding this thing up right now. Yesterday on my YouTube channel, I did post that I was watching this support level at 0.29277 because this is your last hourly bearish candle that you put in once you trade it away from this range. This range, all right, let's go back to the beginning. So last week I took this trade, right? This short on a Thursday. I got short on this push up, and it was an 8-hour market structure, an 8-hour level. I took the short at the 8-hour level, and then I had a nice trade. On this push lower, I exited the position because this thing is obviously in the longer term in an uptrend. So I wasn't looking for this short to basically go to zero right then and there. So on this push lower, I exited the position. Then we traded right back up into where we left. That's never really a good sign. Basically, if this thing was going to continue lower, I wanted to see it do so at this hourly level. But no, it did not. It traded up above the level, closed above the level, and then used that level as support. Look at this. These are our candles. Look at this. Flawless. No closes below that level. Right? None. This was the closest you came to closing below that level. This is exactly why, as a trader, you have to be able to switch your bias around. Just because you think something is crap and it's not ever going to be anything, that doesn't mean you should blindly short it into existence. As a price action trader, by me looking for my short entry to be hit again, then I was looking to go short again. But with this strong hourly close above it, that immediately told me that I'm no longer looking for shorts on this asset unless we get down here and take out this bearish candle on a closing basis. If that happens, then I can look for retests to get short. But until that happens, I have to look long. And this thing wasn't even coming close to closing below that level. This is old resistance flipping to new support. This is what it looks like. This is when you know your short bias is incorrect, right? So that's when I decided to get long. I got long on a push into this line, and I had my stop loss at the bottom of the lowest wick, which was this bullish candle's wick right there. And you can see how close I came to getting stopped out, right? My stop was just a little bit beneath that. This thing pushed in right to exactly this low. So I did not get stopped out, however. I don't know why. I mean, with the spread, I figured I would have, but I did not. So I was in the trade and got a nice pop to the upside, testing that hour level as resistance. So now people are asking me, what am I looking for on Doge to continue? Well, this is that level that I was watching yesterday. Now we have a new support level. The new support level is 0.30137. This bearish candle's close. You can clearly see how this candle tested it, and you traded back up into your weekly level. So this weekly level is where people are getting short. Price action is moving up. If you take out one of these two levels to the downside with an hourly closing candle, then you do not look for longs anymore unless you get down here and find support again. Because this is in the middle. This is the expansion out of your range. This is your range. This is your expansion out of your range. Now you are creating a new higher range. It will be up to the bulls at this point to push it on further. Yes, if we get a big, strong, nice close above this weekly level and these wicks up here, I think Doge may be going back up to test its all-time high again. But we'll have to wait and see, as that's a long time off still yet. The current position, let's see if I can get this thing to pull up. The current position is up 79%. Let me make sure. Yeah, 79%. So I still haven't taken anything off. When we were testing this area yesterday, the position was around 50%. So if we get an hourly closure below that level, then I'll exit the position with like a 40% win. 40%. That's a huge freaking victory, dude. That's a nice trade. That's why I'm not so quick to take it off. I'll let it ride, man. Right now it's sitting up at 70%. If we break out, this thing's going to make some serious jack. Serious jack. Now this trade was levered up. I had taken it on the KuCoin futures account, but it's a very small amount of money. Very small amount of money, right? So basically that's what I'm looking for on this. I'm looking for this to continue higher. It looks like it wants to. Yes, this does look like a double top on an hourly, but look at your bearish candles ranges are small. This is essentially just a pullback, man. It's looking for buyers. It is right now looking for buyers. This is your current support level for near-term price. This level right here, 0.30990. Will this level fail? It's possible. But notice how you're making higher highs and higher lows. This wasn't a higher high. This was a lower high, to be fair. So right now you're testing to see if it wants to hold support. This is a big level, guys. This is a big level. So there's a 50-50 chance that it'll either break it and trade higher, or, it will fail and trade lower. 50-50. T, join the Discord. It's more active. What's going on? Yes, T, I am more intraday and more technical. Absolutely. I am a technical trader. I'm a price action trader. I base all my analysis on the candlesticks. Is Conquer Trading and is this Conquer Trading and Investing? I am part of Conquer Trading and Investing. Yes, sir. I am part of Jordan Lindsay's Conquering the Markets. There is links below in the description for everything if you guys are looking for that. If you're looking for the CTM Discord, there's a link in there in the description. Yeah, it's not Jordan. Thanks, Ed D, for taking care of that. Yep. All right. What is the $1 million? That's the $1 million question. What's the $1 million question? What do we think of Bitcoin? Will the end of the month futures expiration drive us lower, or have we already seen factored in? So basically looking at price action, because like I tell people about the market cycles and everything, because markets do work on cycles. We know that to be a fact. And this is a new market cycle because you have broken out. In the past market cycles, if we go on the data that we have for past market cycles, we are still in a bull trend. This has not been taken out to the downside. Nothing. This is a different chart. So this is a monthly candle and you got a couple days left on it. This close is absolutely beautiful. So technically, this sell-off was pretty brutal. But the higher you get in price, the more volatile price will get. That's with any asset. Any asset. So this was probably more or less a shakeout. Your technical level, this is a new technical level. This is your support level. We do not exactly know why Bitcoin chose this level. Basically, what we do know is this was your last support over here, because that's the last time that you could close a daily candle at that price. So Bitcoin tested that. Test, closed above, buyer stepped in, pushed you up to your next technical level. That next technical level is that level right there. Remember, there is a weekly right above it as well. A weekly close. Openings and closings are important. This is your weekly open. Sorry, not close, open. So on the daily chart, you are accumulating under resistance. Technically, it looks good. So what I would be looking for as a technical trader, if I'm looking to trade Bitcoin today or within the next couple days, is I would look for an untested level on a smaller time frame. And there aren't any. Here's one right here. That one was tested. So let's go to a smaller one. Here you go. Right here. I would look for this level and a test of this level. 51,989 or 50,903. I would not buy it up here. If I was looking for an intraday trade or an intra-week trade, you're right at resistance. So you have to let your risk to reward get to a spot to where you can at least get a 2-to-1 trade. Last Tuesday when I did this live stream first thing in the morning, Ajith was asking about a position to take on Bitcoin, and I told him exactly what I would be looking for, and exactly what I told him what I'd be looking for played out. That doesn't always happen, right? Trades don't always work. That's why we have to use stop losses. I would wait for a push down to 51989 to this level or this level, and look for that to be my area of entry, looking for bullish entries. I would probably rather use the top level, as the lower level is beneath these swing highs. But that really doesn't mean anything. So basically my thinking is you have stops beneath these wicks, this wick, this stop, this area, all have stops below them. So a push down into this area would take out all those stops to generate enough buying liquidity for someone to buy it at a lower price. Looking for that area, 55,705 again, right? So going back to a daily, let's spread it out so you can see what I'm talking about. So this line right here puts you roughly around the midpoint of this big bullish candle. If the bulls are going to continue to push price higher on Bitcoin, in my opinion, right there would be a good spot for them to do so. So you would want to see price trade down into this area, make all the sellers think that this thing is dead, and this would be my line in the sand. Let's get rid of this lower level. Because at that point, you're just trading too close to the lows. You're probably going lower. So use the 51,989 level. Just watch it. Don't blindly throw out a limit buy order there, right? Because you could get stopped out on just because of the bearish momentum itself. But you can watch that level on an hourly closing basis. You get down there, you test below it, and you close above it. Then you might be looking for a bullish entry. Put your stop close to the low if price comes in there and reacts with that level. So to me, technically, it looks like it's wanting to go higher. This is buying pressure, sort of. I mean, it's indicative of it with the wick to the downside. It's consolidation is all it is. It's just consolidation. So look for lower prices. Don't try to buy it right here in front of this weekly level and this daily resistance level. If you're looking for buys, you want to buy lower because the object is to get your risk to reward in a better position. So your risk to reward down here, something like this, would be a 3-to-1, right? Instead of buying it here, because you're right at resistance, right at it. So at the very least, you could target 56,505. And yeah, it's just you look for the best risk to reward. And the best risk to reward for long setups on Bitcoin to continue higher is down here at 51,989. 88 hitting some resistance at 140. We'll break it soon. We will see. CTM all day long. What's up, Giles? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry I can't see the link for joining the Discord. How can I do this? Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up for you and I'll drop it in the chat. Just give me 1 moment.
Meet Chris and Mark.
Shout out Chris and Mark. Did that go through? Yes. So that link right there will take you to... Hang on, don't use that link. I think that's the wrong link. I'll get you the links when I end the stream, I promise. I don't think any of my mods, if you go on to like yesterday's video and just find the link for the CTM would be awesome for me, please. Just find the link for the CTM, and you can also throw the Patreon link up there as well if you want. I'm busy. But I'll get it for you at the end if nobody else does. What's up, everybody? Sorry you're late. Jay Bradley, you're all good, my friend. You don't have to apologize for being late. You're not late. Can we take a look at NZDJPY? Says Ace. Absolutely. Let me go make sure that I'm not forgetting anybody. Just scrolling through. Give me one moment. Oh, you mean for... Okay, never mind. Got you. Gary was asking for the link to the Discord. He's already a member. Got you. Thank you, Giles. All right, good. All right, NZDJPY. All right. New Zealand yen, Japanese, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. Looking good, man. So we must have some yen weakness. Shit, I removed the indicators, but that's all good. I want to freaking take out these lines. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. So you got resistance right here. You are above it. You're trading above it. You did slightly close above it even on yesterday's push higher. But I don't like it when the closes are so close. You know what I mean? But this pretty much shows that it's has a willingness to trade higher. Your target, unfortunately, is right above you at 79.215. So I don't know if I'd be entering new longs right here because you are trading at the highs and almost at the target. So from current price to the target, right, is only 15 pips. So is there a likelihood, a chance that it hits that target? Yeah, but I mean, this is the 5-minute chart. Where's your entry going to be? So when you take in trades up here, you can see that price is already showing a willingness to find resistance. So I definitely wouldn't be entering any trades up here. If you're already in the position, I suggest hanging tight. Hang tight because it's heading higher. This is an 8-hour, so you can clearly see that there's tons of bullish momentum in it. But you could be getting close to running out of steam. Because you got several bull candles in a row, then 2 little bear pullbacks, and then boom, another expansion leg to the upside. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be looking for entries right now. If price does pull back, you can look for 78.802 and see if that level holds as support. That's an 8-hour level. But I would not be buying the breakout. Like I said, you've only got 15 pips to your current daily target. And that has to be your daily target. Yep, that is your daily target right here. So you're almost about to hit it. Not really good for current entries. So we're having some dollar pullback. So the NZD is getting a pullback on the dollar, which might be a decent entry. I mean, you're still trading at highs. Oh no, never mind. That's a lot of bearish momentum. Never mind, scratch that. Whenever I see massive momentum, I'm not looking for pullbacks because you're going to probably get ran over. I wouldn't be trying to short it either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about NZD. Jordan posted that link in the Telegram group. Yes, Giles, I saw that as well. There is a link in the Telegram, the old Telegram group, for the Discord chat room. Thanks, Heath, says Henry Chang. You are welcome, my friend. Good entry for MVIS. MVIS. Is that a stock? Let's go look at it. MVIS. This is a 5-minute. Let's get off this. Is this a stock or a crypto? So it's a stock. Microvision Inc. So you had a nice breakout. Is that all-time highs? No. But this could be old. Like a different ticker name. It could be a different company by now than all that back there. So it's got a fresh pop. This was your all-time high. Or not all-time high, but your high for like years and years and years and years. So it's just as important as an all-time high. You broke out, let's see, a couple days ago, but you can see this day right here took out all of that price action. So this right here yesterday was probably more or less a test to the upside to see if it could find sellers. It looks like it found sellers because you closed red on the day. You are holding support. It's hard to get exactly where that support is because of this gap. But if you're looking for bullish entries, if you hold daily support at 1797, you can look for bullish entries there, as it's already proven that it wants to go higher. So just because it falls back down into lower prices does not mean that it's going back down to zero. It means that you have traded up, found new prices, and traded down looking for more buyers to continue the trend. This is a fresh breakout as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 days into that breakout. So something happened. Something happened on this day. Oh, earnings was coming into earnings. They were buying it coming up into earnings, which is usual. So it's a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. What is going on, man? I had fast internet this morning and now I go live and it's terrible. Whatever. So over this. Anyways, basically there's a gap beneath you. Gaps do not ever have to fill. So don't think that you have to wait for that gap to fill. That is your first 4-hour level where I would be looking for a retest to look to get long, but it is currently holding support. Your support that it is currently holding is $20.15. Pre-market, where are you trading? Pre-market, you are trading just above that level. So let's go into an hourly. Yeah, right now you're trading at 21.25 as this is extended hours. So this is your current support. This may be a good area to look for entries, right? But what I would want to see is I would want to see a bullish hourly candle at least take out this bearish candle. Right now, this is a dead cat bounce from your bearish momentum. You need to take out this candle's high. So if you trade up, take out that high, look to enter on a pullback. Put your stop at the bottom of that green candle and you'll be targeting that high. And that would give you a pretty decent risk to reward. Let's see. Yeah, it would give you a 2-to-1 risk to reward easy. So that's what I'd be looking for. Wait for that high to get taken out. Did I miss you cover USDJPY? No, I haven't covered USDJPY, but I think it did find support. Let's go look at it. Yes, it did. All right, so now the USDJPY trade is back on. You are trying to trade above your resistance level. So moving forward on this asset, you want to look for a retest of 108.764. Looking for a retest of 108.764. I'm pouring some water. Give me one moment. So basically, I would want to see a retest back into that level. Let's go to a 4-hour. The level is real close. So this is your daily resistance or daily support level. So you traded down. This was a fake out move to the upside or fake out move to the downside. It didn't even come all the way down and test that support level there. So this is that yen weakness. Look for consolidation around the 108.764 area as we may be getting ready to head higher. So basically on a price action, you got something like this going on. I would use like say this high here. So this was your descending trend line to the downside. You have broken above that clearly and took off. So you are looking for bullish entries and the longer term trend is up also. There is a lot of other things that are bullish for this asset. Let's see where the TNX is. Your TNX is found a low, found support right where we were looking for support to hold. So yeah, USDJPY looks like it's shaping up to be that carry trade again for the swap because our interest rates are 1.5 right now and Japanese yen is below 0. So yeah, look for support at one of these two areas, 108.764, 108.353. Look for bullish entries, right? Swing trade entries. If you want to use the CTM method as well, what you could do is I wouldn't enter right now. I mean, a CTM entry could legitimately be claimed as right now. You did take out the high of that bearish candle, but this is another thing that I was talking about this morning in the Bitcoin Discord about how CTM entries don't always work, because they just don't. That's why we have to trade with stops. Now, if you were wanting to take this because you did find support and you have taken out that high, it is a CTM entry, but your bearish candle has a big range, right? This is your range. So at the very least, you know your stop loss has to be that big, right? At least down to here. So that's a pretty big range for a stop. What? Come on. I'm trying to get this thing here. So you're looking at 57 pips for your stop on this asset if you were to take it like that. When I'm looking for CTM retest, resume trades, guys, I want to see smaller bearish candles. If I'm looking for an upside trade, right? Your range, I want the range to be smaller. Like, see how small this bearish candle was? So you could wait for something like that to happen. This is you found support right here, right? Clearly. Found support, traded up, took out your high, traded sideways. This right here. As soon as this bullish candle took out your high of this smaller candle, that was your entry, and that would get your stop loss smaller. So your position size could be a little bit bigger, all while still risking 0.5%. So when you're looking for your retest resume trades, your breakout retest resume, find areas where your stop loss range is narrower. Those will work out better, in my opinion, than trying to find big ranges like this for your stop out. Because for this candle to completely reverse and go all the way down to here to make you wrong on the trade, that's a pretty far piece. And let's see where your first daily resistance level is right above you. Right there at 109 spot 262. So look for your retest of this daily candle. I like that one better. Boom, right there. 108.702 is where I'd be looking for support, and then look for resumption off of that area. Don't buy it right now. Give it a second. This is going to be your resistance, 109.262. Hope that helps. Double top on USDJPY. Where? Are you calling this a double top? No, dude. This is an uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-hour candles in a row. This is a pullback. It's already being bought up. You have taken out your bearish structure on an 8-hour, 4-hour, and daily chart. 12-hour even. So even if I latch this to the daily highs, daily high, you have taken out your daily downtrend. You have also taken out this swing low that would have held as resistance. It's done where you're taking it out right now. So yeah, any push lower into 108.702, I'd be looking for bullish entries. You put your stop right beneath that wick low. It's a nice trade. Down here, puts you at a 2-to-1 risk to reward back to your first resistance level. If this carries on with strength, it's probably going to test that level today. Here in the next little bit. Good morning, Janet. All right, guys, I got about 10 more minutes. Yeah, so I didn't really see anything as far as new entries today. I just wanted to go over the old trades. The euro may be giving us an entry, but like I said, man, it's so extended to the upside. And this was quite a bit of selling. So if anything, I would not be looking for bullish entries. See how much, I mean, that's pretty momentous to the downside, and it got sold right back into. Now you're testing that old weekly level. This weekly level. So if you back out and look, you're testing it right now. It looks to me like this could form up a failure week. Looks something like this. Tomorrow is Friday. So how I would treat this is I would watch a 4-hour chart. If you get a 4-hour closure below 1.21204, you're probably going lower. You may find support at 1.20922, but not today. It would be Friday if it did. So there's not much going on because of all that. Like the dollar pairs are all trading at highs. So you guys give me something else to look at, and I will. Henry Chang BTC US daily chart looks like it's coming back down for a retest, although I've noticed a bull market there. Have been a few seared. Yeah. So what we're looking for on BTC for today, Henry, this is a different chart, obviously. So let me put it in there. We're going to be watching for the midpoint of this candle right here, or like this area, roughly. So you want to look for a pullback down to there. Will it happen today? I don't know. I doubt it. I don't think my hourly was that low, was it? No. Yeah. So I would be watching anywhere from here to there. Basically this range before I would look for bullish entries. Because this is a weekly resistance. It's a big level. And you can see on this hourly chart how it tested that weekly resistance. Flawless. Flawless test. Boom. Bearish pressure. And then you traded up, made a higher low, took out your hour support. So this right now, in order to be back into bullish territory, you got to take out your hourly resistance, which is this right here. But that doesn't give you a very good risk to reward entry for this level, to target that level. So down here, though, it does, right? Down here, it gives you a grand risk to reward. Nice risk to reward, better risk to reward. This level was tested, but all of these hourly bearish candles levels have been tested. All of them. So you're not going to find an untested level unless you do go all the way down to just the midpoint of that 4-hour breakout or bullish candle, which is roughly this swing high. But anywhere in here is where I'd be looking for entries to the upside. Not necessarily right where it is, because you're absolutely fighting resistance right now. That doesn't mean it can't break out right now. I'm just saying there's no risk to reward. ETH looks like clean breakout above, up. Let's go look at it. Yeah, I like it. Looks great. It doesn't have a whole lot of bullish momentum. It's because you stumbled a bit right here. It looks good, man. Everybody's waiting on the flippening to take place. I'm looking for ETH to trade higher, obviously. I mean, I've seen some analysts call $10,000 on ETH. Not like this year, but in a few more market cycles, 10K, easy. So 5 to 10 years out, I think ETH will be trading around 10K. So I'm holding it. It looks fantastic. There is no current entry to take because your candles are trading like piano keys, real close to each other. So you're trading at highs, but you're trading sideways on your intra-day time frames, like this, sideways. It's hard to trade that. That's great. Thank you. You're welcome, Will. Brett Armstrong, your sessions are outstanding. Thank you for your time and your instruction. Thank you, Brett Armstrong, for saying that. Everybody drop those likes. Yes, please. I love likes. They help the channel, that's for sure. NZDUSD, says Ed D. Yeah, for some reason the dollar pairings look like they ran out of steam. And I'm still long pound dollar. But the dollar's extended to the downside. It's been going down for a long time. But this could be just a pullback. I mean, if the trend's going to continue, this has been the MO. Get a bullish pop, trade down for a day, go higher. Trade down for a day, go higher. Trade down for a day, go higher. Maybe you're just trading down for a day for another go higher. I don't like the fact that you came up here, you took out your bullish target, and then you immediately went red on the day. Because that is indicative of people selling their position up there, as that's the way I trade, right? That's what I'm looking for on the pound dollar. I'm looking for a level like this to be traded into so I can exit my position. This is why you have big reactions around these levels. If it holds support at 0.72392, then you got to look for longs, man. It looks like it is trying to hold support there. You do have an hourly structure right there. An hour is what it is. So look for support, hold. If you get an hourly close beneath 0.72392, your upside trade is invalidated as the bears are in control. If they can break this support, they are in control. So yeah, I like it. Look for this level right here. I might be watching this as the New York Opens goes on. New Zealand dollar. Let's go look. What is the strongest on the day? Looks like NZDUSD is the strongest on the day. Let me go look at FinViz real quick because I don't have all my pairs pulled up. But it looks like USD is going to be your strongest right now. As of right now. It says the pound is. Barely. Yen is the weakest. Your NZD is second to weakest pair on the day. As of right now. So I don't know if I'd be looking for NZD longs. Pound is the strongest asset on the day, so look for pound dollar longs. You got a support right there at 1.39334. That's a vicious drop, right? And then you retested your bullish candle and then you trade it back down. This could be a short trap, a bear trap. Because you did take out your last hourly support right there. So see if this area holds support. If you get a push down on an hourly closing basis, push wick through, take out your last stop. This is your last area for stops before this bullish breakout. Plus that's around the midpoint of the bullish breakout. Look for entries looking long, targeting this wick high or your daily high. Today is the 29th, so this is your daily high. That was at London session. So is the London session putting in the high of day? The London session usually puts in the high or low of day. Not always, but usually. So, I don't know, man. I'm not really liking much. Not really liking much. Not really liking much. If pound is the strongest on the day, and that's versus the dollar, pound yen looks better. But it's not really giving a damn trade. You're still at the high of day. Alright, so intraday areas. This one, 151.890. This is a 5-minute chart. 151 spot 890. 151 spot 708. Let's see where the 50% marker is on this daily advance. 50% mark on the daily advance is right here around 151.800. So about middle of the way of these two levels that I would look for entries possible is your 50% marker on your daily bullish advance. It's a good spot to look for bullish entries going into the day, guys. So the pound yen is the only thing that I see. I do not like it trading this close to daily high. But sometimes that's all you get, right? And if you go look at a daily, you've done cleared out all your targets. This was your target, this wick, and this wick was your target. So you have already cleared out your targets. This is not generally when I want to enter trades. I want to enter trades when there is a clear target ahead of us. Your next bullish target is going to be also your first area of resistance. 153 spot 136. Is it looking to go there? We'll have to see. So, because of all of that, and it is the best looking asset, being pound is the strongest on the day, yen is the weakest, I would be looking for entries either there or there. And that's a far piece between them. So, yeah, you might get stopped out on the first attempt. But if you watch price, you can it'll almost tell you if it's going to respect this level or not. I like this level down here better, as that would get all these people gone. But that would be a pretty brutal sell-off too. So, yeah, that's all I see in the whole markets. Bitcoin looks like the best day trade, unfortunately. ADA, USD, it's the second time I've seen you say that. Let's go look at it real quick. Let's get off the 5 minute. Yeah, ADA looks good. You took out your resistance and you hit your bullish target. You've already retested that area as support. So your first area of resistance on ADA USD is going to be 1.456, 580, this level here, at which point you could look for a retest of 126.985, this level down here for support to hold. Or you have a 4-hour level right there. You can watch that one for support test. This is going to be your first resistance. So you do not want to buy it in the middle of your pullback zone to your target zone, right? Because your stop loss would have to be crazy wide. Yeah, Henry Chang, I am. I'm waiting on my SpaceX satellite dish or internet dish. Once I get that, I'm going to do them on a daily basis. CADCHF. Because with this internet that I currently have, I have dropped 58,000 frames. I can't even believe I'm still streaming at this point. Yeah, I gotta go to Ed. I'm gonna look at CAD Chef real fast for DJH. There is a tool called the Fib extension. You can use that. It's over here on your right. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's this tool right here, trend-based Fib extension. That's the tool you use to find targets when trading at all-time highs. CAD Swiss, it did the same thing, man. You took out bullish targets, but this day indicates that it's looking for higher targets, even though it's red on the day. So this was your old target, it's gone. Look for support at 0.73756. That's a pretty far piece away from current price. Not really. Your 4 hours are getting ready to push into it right now. Let's get rid of these lines so you're not confused. So this level right here, 0.73756. You want to hold this area as support. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's holding this area first. So, yeah. It's holding. This is your first area of support. That's your old resistance level. Look how freaking beautiful that is. Is this an entry right now? Targeting 0.74217. It's possible. Throw your stop beneath that wick. That wick. Or this wick. What does it look like on the daily intraday range? Oh man, I don't like that. But it's about, yeah, I mean, it's price is acting all screwy today with these big, huge drops. This is like you're selling, this is going to head lower. I don't like it for bullish entries today. I think the trend, I think the momentum is more, watch this level down here. Not this one, because you're trading at that level right now. Take out this 5 minute market swing. Then you can look for a pullback and possibly get long. As long as you're not taking out this swing high, I would not be looking for longs on this. This is too sharp of a pullback. This is indicative of somebody exited their position, and it was a big one. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. Unfortunately, I got to get ready for the New York Open. I just wanted to do a quick trade recap, throw some levels out there for Bitcoin and Doge, as pretty much those are pretty much the only thing I'm seeing as far as in the FX realm. Doesn't really look like anything's going on. I will be keeping an eye on pound yen. All right, guys, pound yen. Let me answer Wes's question real fast, but then I got to bounce. A short on your Euro CAD. Let's go look at it. You're trading into support. That's the first thing I see. All this stuff can go away. All of it. this is a weekly level, so you're not even in danger of hitting that. So yeah, on the daily, you're trading at support right now, my friend. Unfortunately, I would be waiting for a test of this level, right, and then target that resistance level. So by taking the short now, you're taking it right into support. It could keep going. The momentum is to the downside. I'm not saying that your thesis is wrong. I'm just saying there is support. You're into support. All right. A test of 1.49817 would give you a better risk to reward, as you could throw your stop above the daily high, targeting that low. So anywhere up in here would be better looking for short. All right. I hope that helps. Let me do gold, and then I'm bouncing for Ajith. Ajith is my man. XAU USD. Yeah, gold looks like it's going to have a leg to the downside. You're testing support, right? As long as this support holds at one spot, or 1771 spot 54, you could possibly be looking for longs. Your first daily resistance is also a weekly level at 1809 spot 900. Targets would be this wick high, though, this swing high. So if you do get long in this area, you're targeting 1798 spot 119 for your first scale out. Then you bring your things up to break even, your stop loss. Now, it is red on the day. So that means the current daily momentum is to the downside, and you can see it, right? Boom, boom, boom. That is a lot of momentum. However, you're trading into support. You haven't tested it quite yet. So allow price to trade down to 1771 before you look for any bullish entries, as this will probably get a bounce up to 1780 or even this high. All right. But I wouldn't be looking for that right here. Down here is possible. Anywhere below here, you might find support, get a bounce. Your first swing high on a 5 minutes up here. But on the daily for swing trades, it's coming into support. You got to wait and see if it holds that support. Today will let you know if it's going to hold that support or not. Then you could possibly get long, targeting your weekly level. All right, guys, I hope that helps. You guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you trade safe, trade smart, and happy trading, everybody.